Warning: 8 gifts you should never accept. They bring bad luck and poverty. Buddhist teachings. Not all that glitters is gold, and not every gift is a blessing. What if I told you that some gifts, no matter how well-meaning, could disrupt your peace, drain your prosperity, and invite misfortune into your life? According to Buddhist teachings, the energy behind certain gifts can carry hidden consequences, ones that can silently chip away at your happiness and well-being. In today's video, the Journey of Wisdom dives into the 8 types of gifts you must refuse, no matter who offers them. Why? Because these gifts could unknowingly trap you in cycles of bad luck and even poverty. Stay tuned, because the final one on the list might shock you. It's something most of us have already accepted without a second thought. Before we get started, if this is your first time here, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Journey of Wisdom, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Now, let's uncover the truth. Number 1. Cash or money. In Buddhist teachings, cash or money, often seen as a straightforward and practical gift, carries deeper spiritual implications that many overlook. Money is not merely a physical tool for transactions. It represents energy, your intentions, values, and the vibrations you welcome into your life. Accepting money as a gift can create an energetic exchange that is more profound than it seems on the surface, potentially bringing imbalances into your life. This imbalance often arises when the giver's intentions or financial state carry negativity, such as stress, greed, or struggle. Such energy may unconsciously transfer to the recipient, leading to disruptions in their sense of abundance, stability, or peace. Imagine a friend or relative who offers you cash during a festive occasion but is deeply burdened by financial difficulties. While their gesture may seem generous, the money carries the emotional weight of their struggles, anxiety, scarcity, or even guilt. Accepting this gift without mindfulness can subtly embed these vibrations into your own energy field, influencing your relationship with wealth and your sense of security. Buddhism emphasizes that true prosperity lies not in material wealth, but in cultivating an abundant mindset and harmony within oneself. Accepting money given with reluctance, obligation, or hidden expectations can weaken this inner harmony. Additionally, the act of giving and receiving money can create invisible attachments or dependencies. When a gift is motivated by guilt or expectation rather than pure intention, it can tether the recipient to the giver in ways that feel draining or imbalanced. For example, money given with the unspoken expectation of a favor in return shifts the dynamic from generosity to transactional. This is why Buddhist philosophy urges us to give and receive mindfully, ensuring that actions are rooted in compassion and alignment with higher values. The Dhammapada wisely states, "The wise who are intent on meditation, who delight in the peace of renunciation, such mindful ones, even the gods hold dear." Modern life often glorifies material success, and money gifts can be seen as symbols of care or prosperity. However, this mindset may lead to overlooking the emotional and energetic ties that accompany such gifts. Consider how often people accept monetary gifts out of politeness, only to feel an inexplicable unease later. This unease often stems from the subtle transfer of the giver's unresolved issues, such as their financial worries or emotional baggage tied to money. By remaining mindful of the intentions behind monetary gifts, you protect your own peace and energetic balance. To navigate this in today's world, practice discernment when accepting money as a gift. Reflect on the intention behind the gesture and the energy it carries. If the gift feels laden with negativity, consider declining it politely or redirecting it toward a purpose that neutralizes its impact, such as charity. By doing so, you transform the energy into something positive while maintaining your own sense of peace. As Thich Nhat Hanh beautifully advises, when we are mindful, deeply in touch with the present moment, our understanding of what is going on deepens, and we begin to be filled with acceptance, joy, peace, and love. Ultimately, the act of giving and receiving should be rooted in the principles of generosity, mindfulness, and compassion. When money is offered with love and a sincere wish for well-being, it can indeed support prosperity and harmony. But when it comes with hidden fears, expectations, or burdens, it is wiser to approach it with caution. Let your actions reflect your values, and remember that true wealth is not in what you have, but in the freedom and balance you cultivate within your heart and mind. Number 2. Sharp objects, knives or scissors. Have you ever been gifted something as simple as a knife or a pair of scissors and wondered why things suddenly seem to take a turn for the worse in your relationships, finances, or even your inner peace? It's not that these objects are inherently bad. They're practical, useful, and often given with good intentions. But in Buddhist teachings, as well as in many spiritual and cultural traditions, sharp objects like knives, scissors, or blades carry a deeper, symbolic weight that can have unintended consequences. These gifts are said to bring disruption, not because of superstition, but because of the energy they embody. When you accept a sharp object as a gift, it's believed to cut the bond between you and the giver. Think about the relationships you value most in your life: friendships, family ties, or partnerships. Each of these connections is like a thread in the web of your existence, contributing to your well-being and balance. Sharp objects symbolize division and discord, interrupting the natural harmony of these connections. The act of giving or receiving them can unintentionally set the stage for misunderstandings, arguments, or even a permanent falling out. Have you ever experienced a moment where an unspoken tension suddenly arose after an exchange of gifts? That might just be the subtle energy imbalance at play. From a Buddhist perspective, the interconnectedness of all things is sacred. Every interaction, every relationship, every item in your life contributes to this delicate balance. Sharp objects, while practical in function, represent a cutting force, energetically, emotionally, and spiritually. They disrupt the flow of connection, creating ripples that can affect more than just your relationship with the giver. The repercussions might extend to other aspects of your life, such as your finances or emotional stability. You may find yourself dealing with unexpected expenses, conflicts at work, or an inexplicable sense of restlessness. These aren't just coincidences. They are subtle manifestations of imbalance. So, how can we navigate this tricky situation when someone gifts us a sharp object with kind intentions? Many cultures offer a simple solution: neutralize the energy of the gift by giving a coin in return. This small exchange transforms the act into a symbolic purchase, effectively cutting the sharp energy associated with the gift. It's a mindful way to protect the harmony of your relationships and your own inner peace. But beyond this practical remedy, it's important to recognize the lesson these traditions teach us: to be mindful of the energy we bring into our lives. Here's a little story to bring this concept to life. A young woman named May once received a beautifully crafted knife sent from a close friend as a housewarming gift. At first, she was thrilled by the thoughtfulness. It was exactly what she needed for her new kitchen. But within weeks, small misunderstandings began to creep into their friendship. What started as minor disagreements grew into a full-blown argument that left them not speaking for months. May was heartbroken and confused. She valued her friend deeply, but couldn't pinpoint what had gone wrong. Her grandmother, a wise and spiritual woman, explained the symbolic meaning of sharp objects. May realized that while the knife set wasn't the cause of their falling out, it had carried an energy that might have exacerbated the strain in their bond. She decided to give her friend a coin the next time they met, symbolically restoring balance. Over time, their friendship healed, and May never forgot the lesson. Even small actions and symbols carry powerful meanings. Now let's take a moment to reflect. How often do we bring objects into our lives without considering their potential impact on our mental and spiritual harmony? Are we mindful of how even the smallest gestures, like giving or accepting a gift, can shape our relationships and energy? These questions aren't meant to make you fearful of everyday items, but to encourage awareness of the interconnectedness of all things. The takeaway here is simple yet profound. Be mindful of what you give and receive. Every gift carries not only material value, but also symbolic energy. In the case of sharp objects, consider neutralizing their impact with a coin or being upfront about their meaning. By doing so, you not only preserve the harmony of your relationships, but also protect your own peace and balance. So, the next time someone offers you a gift, think beyond its practicality. Ask yourself, what energy does this bring into my life? This mindfulness is not about superstition. It's about honoring the flow of connection and understanding that even the simplest actions can ripple into something greater. Number 3. Religious or spiritual artifacts. Let's talk about something fascinating and often overlooked: religious or spiritual artifacts as gifts. Imagine someone gives you a beautiful statue of the Buddha, a set of prayer beads, or another item imbued with deep spiritual meaning. At first glance, this might feel like a kind and thoughtful gesture, especially if the giver is sincere or shares a similar belief system. But pause for a moment and consider this. Such items carry not just physical beauty, but also layers of spiritual energy and profound symbolism. In Buddhism and many other traditions, sacred objects hold immense power and purpose. They're more than decorative items. They are spiritual tools meant to guide us on a deeper journey. Statues, prayer beads, or symbols like the lotus flower or Dharma wheel are infused with intentional energy, often linked to meditation, prayer, or devotion. When someone gifts you such an artifact, their energy, intentions, and beliefs come along with it. If your spiritual path or personal energy doesn't resonate with those intentions, it can create a subtle but impactful disharmony in your life. As the Buddha said, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. Just as thoughts shape our reality, so too can the energy of objects shape our inner world. Consider this. Have you ever received an item that felt off in some way? Maybe you couldn't explain it, but something about it didn't sit well with you. This could happen with spiritual artifacts if you don't fully understand their significance or their connection to your own beliefs. For instance, a Buddhist statue gifted by someone practicing a different religion might carry conflicting energies. Instead of enhancing your spiritual practice, it could create confusion or even block your connection to your faith. Similarly, prayer beads or malas, often used for counting mantras or prayers, are deeply personal. They absorb the intentions, prayers, and spiritual growth of the user. Accepting such an item without understanding its history or energy can unintentionally disrupt your spiritual balance. This is why mindfulness is essential when dealing with sacred objects. Remember the Buddhist principle of right intention, approaching everything with clarity, respect, and understanding. These items are not just gifts, they are vessels of energy, traditions, and spiritual depth. Accepting them lightly or without proper reflection could invite unintended consequences. Do you feel ready to carry the weight of the spiritual energy they hold? If not, it's perfectly acceptable to politely decline the gift or take time to ensure it aligns with your spiritual path. What's more, receiving these items without the proper reverence can sometimes lead to spiritual unease. Imagine using a sacred artifact as a mere decoration, unaware of its true purpose. This can diminish its significance and even disturb the energy it carries. In some cases, accepting such a gift might lead to what feels like bad luck or imbalance, not because the object is inherently harmful, but because it's not being used or appreciated in the way it was intended. This is why understanding and intention are so important. Are you willing to learn about the artifact and integrate it meaningfully into your life? If not, it might be better to gracefully decline. Let's reflect for a moment. How do you handle gifts that come with deeper meanings? Do you take time to evaluate their impact on your life? By asking these questions, you create space for thoughtful decision-making and honor both yourself and the giver. Ultimately, the key takeaway is this: sacred objects are not ordinary gifts. They are charged with energy, intention, and tradition. Accepting them requires mindfulness and alignment with your spiritual path. If you're unsure about a gift, take time to reflect. Does it align with your beliefs? Will it elevate your spiritual practice or create discomfort? Remember, you have the right to choose what enters your life and what influences your journey. By doing so with wisdom and compassion, you honor both the giver and yourself. If you've watched this far, you're already uncovering the wisdom to protect yourself from toxic influences and bad energy. Comment below with wise choices to affirm your commitment to living a mindful and empowered life. Don't click away. There's still invaluable guidance ahead to help you navigate life's challenges with clarity and confidence. Stay until the end to discover how to safeguard your peace and well-being. Number 4. Old mirrors. Old mirrors have long been revered as objects of profound symbolism, bridging the realms of self-awareness and spiritual energy. In Buddhist teachings and other traditions, they are not merely reflective surfaces, but powerful tools that symbolize truth, self-awareness, and clarity. However, caution is advised when accepting an old or second-hand mirror as a gift. Mirrors are said to hold the imprints of the energy, emotions, and experiences of those who have used them before. This unseen residue can carry into the life of the new owner, influencing their emotional and spiritual state. It's like carrying an unseen weight, energy that subtly disrupts your sense of clarity and balance. Buddhism emphasizes the interconnectedness of all things, including the objects we surround ourselves with. An old mirror might seem harmless, but if it has witnessed moments of conflict, sorrow, or confusion, it can carry the residual energy of those emotions. Such energy doesn't just stay trapped in the mirror, it seeps into your environment and potentially influences your mental and spiritual well-being. As the Buddha wisely said, your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts. A mirror can magnify those very thoughts and emotions, shaping how you see yourself and the world around you. Imagine an old mirror amplifying unresolved negativity or past trauma embedded in its history. It may subtly distort your perception, not just of your physical reflection, but of your emotional state, making it harder to maintain inner peace and clarity. This is why many spiritual traditions recommend avoiding old mirrors altogether. If one must accept such a mirror, it's essential to spiritually cleanse it, using rituals such as smudging with sage or bathing it in salt water to neutralize any lingering negativity. These practices can help reset the mirror's energy, enabling it to align with your current state of mind and spiritual path. Mirrors also hold a deep spiritual significance in Buddhist philosophy, often symbolizing wisdom and the ability to see beyond illusions. When gazing into a mirror, we are not just seeing our physical form, but are offered a chance to reflect on our inner truth. An old mirror, however, may be tainted by the illusions and misunderstandings of its previous owners. Accepting such a gift could inadvertently cloud your judgment, hindering your ability to see clearly on your spiritual journey. In modern life, where the objects we bring into our spaces often serve as extensions of our identity and energy, the caution around old mirrors feels particularly relevant. Our homes are sanctuaries meant to nurture our growth, creativity, and peace. Accepting an old mirror without understanding its energetic history can disrupt this harmony. To protect your spiritual well-being, it's wise to mindfully choose the objects you invite into your space. If you're drawn to the charm of vintage mirrors or receive one as a meaningful gift, take steps to clear its energy and make it your own. This act not only aligns with Buddhist mindfulness practices, but also ensures that your space remains a reflection of your current aspirations and emotional state. Ultimately, the act of accepting or rejecting an old mirror goes beyond superstition. It's a lesson in mindfulness, a call to be intentional about the energy we allow into our lives. Just as we choose our thoughts carefully, we should also choose the objects in our environment with care. By ensuring that even something as simple as a mirror aligns with your inner peace, you create a space that supports your journey toward wisdom and clarity. Remember, what you accept into your life, whether a gift, an idea, or an emotion, has the power to shape your path. Choose wisely. Number 5. Clocks and watches. Clocks and watches may seem like thoughtful and practical gifts, but their symbolism carries a much deeper and sometimes troubling significance. These timepieces are not just tools to track the hours of our day. They hold powerful reminders of the fleeting nature of time, the constraints it places on us, and the pressure it can impose. When someone gifts you a clock or watch, they might unknowingly transfer more than an object. They might also be passing on their own perceptions, emotions, and anxieties about time itself. In Buddhist teachings, the present moment is the cornerstone of peace and mindfulness. Time is often seen as a construct, a way we measure life, but not necessarily the essence of it. Gifting someone a clock or watch can, however, disrupt this delicate balance. A watch might remind you of schedules to keep, deadlines to meet, or opportunities slipping through your fingers. Instead of anchoring you in the present, it might tether you to the endless march of hours, pulling your focus toward the future or the past. And what about an old clock, worn and perhaps cherished by its previous owner? Objects carry energy, and an old timepiece can carry the imprints of someone else's relationship with time. If their life was filled with stress, regret, or the pressure of fleeting hours, those energies could subtly influence the recipient's mindset, creating unease or even a sense of urgency. Consider this story. A young man once received his grandfather's old pocket watch as an inheritance. At first, he cherished it, keeping it on his desk as a reminder of his grandfather's wisdom. But over time, he began to feel restless. He noticed how often the ticking of the watch reminded him of unfinished tasks and unfulfilled dreams. He started feeling like he was constantly running out of time. It wasn't until he meditated on the watch's presence that he realized it wasn't just a keepsake. It was a symbol of his grandfather's regrets, the opportunities he had missed, and the lessons he wanted to pass on. The young man chose to let go of the watch, thanking it for its time in his life, but understanding that he didn't need to carry the burden of someone else's perception of time. When you receive a clock or a watch as a gift, think about the unspoken message it may carry. Does it make you feel pressured to achieve more? Does it whisper that time is running out or that you should be doing something different with your days? These feelings might be subtle, but they can accumulate, creating stress and pulling you away from the beauty of the present moment. In some cases, these gifts might even reflect the giver's intention, conscious or unconscious, to impose their own urgency or values upon you. Clocks, after all, are constant reminders that time waits for no one, which can be an unsettling thought if not approached mindfully. Buddhism teaches us that time is an illusion. What truly matters is not the hours or days marked by a clock, but the richness of the moment we are in. When you allow yourself to be fully present, you unlock the door to clarity, peace, and fulfillment. Yet, objects like clocks and watches can sometimes distract us from this truth, anchoring us to ideas of scarcity and the need to chase after life instead of simply living it. So, what should you do if you're given a clock or a watch and feel uneasy about its presence? Reflect on your relationship with time. Ask yourself, is this gift helping me stay grounded, or is it pulling me away from the present moment? Are the emotions I feel tied to this object truly mine, or are they inherited from someone else? You might choose to keep it as a reminder of mindfulness, or you might decide it's better to part with it and focus on cultivating your own sense of time, one that aligns with peace and purpose. In life, we often focus too much on the ticking clock and not enough on the stillness between the ticks. Time is fleeting, yes, but that is all the more reason to cherish the now. Remember this: the present moment is the only moment we ever truly have. Let it be your guide, your teacher, and your refuge. Number 6. Empty wallets or purses. A wallet or purse is a common gift, often selected with care and good intentions, symbolizing prosperity, financial stability, and the hope for a bright future. However, when given empty, its meaning takes a sharp turn. Across many cultures, including those influenced by Buddhist teachings, an empty wallet symbolizes scarcity, a lack of abundance, and potential financial struggles. The reasoning behind this belief is deeply tied to the idea that the energy of our intentions shapes our reality. In essence, what we give or receive carries not just a physical presence, but an energetic message. An empty wallet subtly suggests a void, a sense of nothingness, which may unconsciously imprint itself on the recipient's subconscious mind, influencing how they perceive wealth and abundance. Buddhist philosophy often reminds us that our life is shaped by our mind. We become what we think, Dhammapada. The act of gifting an empty wallet may seem trivial, yet it aligns with this principle, subtly programming the mind to associate finances with emptiness and limitation. A wallet, in essence, is not just a functional accessory. It is a vessel for wealth and prosperity. When it is presented empty, it can create an energy of lack, setting an unintentional precedent for the recipient's financial outlook. To counteract this, many traditions suggest adding a small token of money, a coin or a bill, before gifting a wallet. This practice ensures the gift carries the energy of prosperity and abundance, filling the symbolic void with positivity. It becomes a gesture not just of material giving, but of spiritual balance and harmony, reflecting the giver's intent for the recipient's financial well-being. This small yet profound action demonstrates mindfulness, a key tenet of Buddhist teachings, by being aware of the symbolic power of our actions and their effects on others. The impact of an empty wallet may not manifest immediately, but can reveal itself subtly over time. You might notice challenges in attracting new financial opportunities or an underlying sense of stagnation in your financial growth. While these occurrences can easily be dismissed as coincidences, spiritual teachings remind us that the objects we surround ourselves with and the intentions they carry influence our mindset and decisions. Just as clutter in our physical environment can lead to mental confusion, symbolic items like an empty wallet can create energetic barriers to financial success. In modern life, this principle aligns with the psychological impact of symbolism on the mind. When we receive a wallet with money, even a single coin, it evokes a sense of possibility and abundance. Conversely, an empty wallet subtly reinforces the idea of limitation. As you navigate the challenges of today's financial landscape, consider how these small symbols influence your perspective and decision-making. If you ever receive an empty wallet, fill it with money right away. This simple act can shift its energy from scarcity to prosperity, allowing you to reset its intention. The broader lesson here extends beyond wallets to how we approach life. The energy we give and receive reflects the balance of our inner and outer worlds. By being mindful of the gifts we give and their symbolic meanings, we can cultivate positivity, harmony, and abundance, not just for ourselves, but for others. By aligning our thoughts and actions with prosperity and goodwill, we shape a life of fulfillment and abundance for all. In the end, small gestures like including a token in a gifted wallet symbolize the greater practice of generosity and thoughtfulness, ensuring that our actions align with our intentions to bring harmony into every aspect of life. By staying with us this far, you've proven your commitment to making smarter, more intentional choices in life. Type "Stay mindful" in the comments to solidify your journey toward a more peaceful and empowered future. There's still so much to learn. Stick around for the final tips that will transform how you protect your happiness and well-being. Number 7. Used clothing. Have you ever wondered how the things we bring into our lives, something as simple as a piece of clothing, might carry more than just fabric? In Buddhist teachings, there's a deep understanding that everything around us holds energy, including the items we use daily. Used clothing, for instance, is often regarded with caution, not because it's inherently bad, but because of the subtle yet powerful energies it may carry. You see, clothing isn't just a practical necessity. It's an extension of who we are, embodying our identity and even our energy. When you accept used clothing, especially from someone whose past you don't fully know, you're also accepting the energy, emotions, and experiences woven into that fabric. Have you ever considered what stories your clothes might tell? Imagine receiving a sweater from someone who has faced significant emotional struggles or financial hardship. Even if you love the item, the energy of those experiences can linger, subtly affecting your own emotional and spiritual balance. Buddhists often speak of the importance of maintaining clarity and purity in our body and mind, and this extends to the things we wear. Clothing from another person's life, especially if it holds memories of sorrow or hardship, can create invisible disruptions in your energy field. As Thich Nhat Hanh beautifully said, "Your actions are your continuation." The same applies to the objects around us. They continue to carry the energy of their past. But it's not just about the energy of hardship. Clothing has a symbolic value too, representing your relationship with yourself and the world. When you wear someone else's clothing, you might unknowingly blur the lines between your own personal identity and the lingering essence of the previous owner. It's as if the energy of another person merges with yours, potentially creating feelings of imbalance or confusion. Have you ever worn something that didn't quite feel like you, even if it looked fine? Perhaps it wasn't just the style. It could have been the subtle energy it carried. Now think about clothing tied to emotionally charged events, a dress worn during a personal tragedy, or a shirt belonging to someone who passed away. Such items can retain the emotional weight of those experiences. If you're not mindful, you might invite these lingering energies into your life, unintentionally influencing your emotional state or even the events around you. The subconscious mind, which Buddhist teachings often emphasize as a powerful yet impressionable force, can pick up on these energies without you even realizing it. Buddhist teachings encourage mindfulness about what we allow into our environment. After all, everything we interact with has the power to influence our mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. This doesn't mean all second-hand clothing is harmful, far from it. Some items may carry love, positivity, and warmth if gifted by someone with good intentions, or if the item has been spiritually cleansed or blessed. The key is awareness. Do you feel a sense of peace when you receive the item, or does it evoke discomfort? Trust your intuition. It's often a reliable guide in these matters. And here's an important question to reflect on. When you accept gifts, do you ever pause to consider their energy, or do you focus only on the gesture? Mindful acceptance isn't about rejecting kindness, but about safeguarding your personal energy. As the Buddha once taught, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. By being selective with what you bring into your life, you protect this inner peace. Refusing certain gifts like used clothing isn't about superstition or being ungrateful. It's about protecting your well-being. Think of it as setting boundaries for your energy. Just as we wouldn't let harmful words or actions into our lives, why let objects with unclear histories disrupt our spiritual balance? Number 8. Antiques. In Buddhist teachings, the energy we invite into our lives profoundly shapes our path, our peace, and our prosperity. Among the things we should approach with caution are antiques, as these items often carry more than just their visible beauty or historical value. Antiques, especially those whose origins are shrouded in mystery, may hold the imprints of their past owners, energies, memories, or even unresolved emotions. In many traditions, it is believed that these residual energies can manifest as subtle disturbances in our own lives, causing bad luck, discord, or a sense of unease. This notion aligns with the Buddhist understanding of interconnectedness, which teaches us that nothing exists in isolation. Just as ripples in a pond are shaped by the pebble that created them, so too can the objects we surround ourselves with influence the vibrations of our lives. It is said that when you light a lamp for someone else, it also brightens your path, reminding us that intentions and energies travel far and wide. When accepting antiques, this wisdom urges us to consider where these objects have traveled before they came to us. If they carry love, wisdom, or positive intention from a trusted source, they can indeed brighten our homes and lives. However, if their history is unclear, the energies they bring might instead cast shadows. Stories abound of individuals who have brought home antique objects only to encounter a string of misfortunes, financial struggles, conflicts, or even a lingering heaviness in their surroundings. Whether such events are mere coincidence or manifestations of transferred energy, the lesson remains clear. Tread carefully. To avoid unwelcome consequences, accept antiques only from trusted family members or sources you deeply trust. This ensures that these items are imbued with positive energy, preserving their symbolic and sentimental value without the risk of inviting harm. A family heirloom, for example, often carries love and blessings from previous generations. A far cry from the uncertainty tied to an item purchased from an unknown vendor or gifted by a stranger. If you must accept an antique of uncertain origin, consider cleansing it with rituals that resonate with your spiritual beliefs. In Buddhist tradition, chanting mantras or using incense and mindfulness can purify objects, aligning them with positive vibrations. By approaching this process with intention, you create harmony between the object's history and your present energy. Modern life often entices us to value the aesthetic or financial worth of things above their unseen essence. This is particularly true with antiques, as society often measures their value through monetary terms rather than their energetic influence. But as the Buddha taught, health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship. These words encourage us to focus on the unseen riches of life, peace, love and clarity, rather than fixating on material possessions that may disrupt these treasures. Thank you for spending your time with us today as we explored the 8 types of gifts that, according to Buddhist teachings, may bring negativity or imbalance into our lives. These lessons remind us of the importance of mindfulness, not just in our actions, but in the objects and energies we invite into our space. Every choice we make, even in something as simple as accepting a gift, has the potential to shape our inner peace, relationships, and sense of prosperity. The wisdom shared today isn't about fear or superstition, but about cultivating awareness and protecting the harmony within us. By reflecting on these teachings, we take a step closer to living a life rooted in mindfulness, compassion, and spiritual balance. It's a reminder that true wealth lies not in material possessions, but in the peace of mind and clarity of heart we nurture every day. If this video resonated with you, or if you found value in these teachings, please take a moment to like the video and share it with someone who might benefit from these insights. Your support helps us continue to bring meaningful content to seekers like you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, The Journey of Wisdom, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. We have so many more lessons, stories, and practices to share, each designed to help you cultivate peace, mindfulness, and joy in your life. As we part today, let me leave you with a heartfelt wish. May you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may your journey be guided by wisdom and compassion. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay mindful.